What's going on, everybody? I just wanted to do a quick review of the Streamlight Siege AA. I picked this one up on a little bit of a steal. Was in Cabela's and they had it actually marked incorrectly for $15. So I knew what I was looking at. I snatched it up real quick and I'm very happy that it did. By the way, Cabela's is great at admitting when they've priced stuff wrong, and they will gladly give it to you at the price that they've marked it at. So good on you for that, guys. So wanted to go over, before we actually get into the review, just wanted to go over a couple of specs about the light. First of all, it runs on AA batteries, which is a big plus for me. Easy to get to, easy to find. It's not like a CR123 that's a specialty battery or anything like that. This little guy is only about 5.5 inches tall, which is really good, nice and compact. And the base diameter is just under 2.5 inches wide. It does run on some C4 LEDs, and it output ranges from 200 lumens all the way down to 0.7 lumens, and we'll go over that a little bit later. The weight with the batteries in it is 8.8 ounces, so not super heavy, but also not super light. It's a good, I think it's a good medium. It'll run from anywhere between 7 to 288 hours, depending on your lumen output, and it's made primarily of polymer. So that is some of the general basics. A couple of things that I really like about this thing. First of all, the retention on the handle. It's really nice that if you watch, well, if I get my fingers out of the way, it snaps into place, and it doesn't really bounce around or go anywhere. I like that it stays down. The other thing that I really like about this is the rubberized throughout the whole thing. You've got some rubber up here, some rubber on the Siege A part, their rubber grip down here on the handle, and rubber down here on the bottom. Gives it a really nice purchase on the ground, and it's actually, it doesn't really go anywhere. The other thing that I think they did a really great job on is going and adding a D-ring or a D-clip or whatever you want to call it here. So you can actually hang this upside down in your tent or on the hood or underneath the hood of your car if you were to need light in that fashion. So good on you for that. The battery life on this thing I already mentioned, and I'm pretty impressed for 3 AA batteries how bright this little thing can get and how long it can last. I've done a battery die test on the 200 lumen output, and it, for me, it lasted about 8 hours, just under 8 hours. So to last an entire day, or if you will, an entire night at 200 lumens as high as it'll hit, it's pretty impressive. So I'm actually going to turn this light off here real quick, and I'm going to show you how bright this guy can get. So starts off on a low lumen, and if you'll notice, there's a green light right here. That green light indicates how much battery is left in your lamp. I think that's pretty cool. You don't have to guess how much time you have left with your battery. So there is low. Oops. Well, you leave it on like that too long, and it'll shut off. So let's try that again. We've got low, green light, and off. Well, I'm going to have to be a little quicker. Let's see. Low, medium, and high. And again, high is that 200 lumen output. Now, you're probably wondering, what's that 0.7 lumen output? Well, if you hold this button down, it will go red. Like that. When it goes red, that's your 0.7 lumen output. So if you are in a situation that you need your batteries to last as long as possible, if you're in a low light situation, things like that, this is a good option for you. Again, you can click it and it'll click off. Or if you click it back on, it will remember what setting you were on, hit it one more time, and it'll flash SOS. This is good if you're stuck on the side of the road, something like that, give you a little bit of extra visibility, if you will. If you want it to go back to your regular light, not a red light, you hold the button down, and it'll come back on. All in all, for me, I think this is a great purchase. At the retail cost of approximately $36 to $40, I think it's a little high, to be honest with you. Now, the build quality is outstanding. Knowing what I know about this light now, I would gladly pay $30 to $40 for it because of the durability and what it's able to do. The other thing that I was super impressed with when I bought it and I started playing around with it is, I'm going to see if I can make this focus. You see these O-rings here. This thing actually can dunk into water and be absolutely fine, which I was super stoked about. That's a huge bonus. You don't have to worry about something getting wet and breaking. The other thing that they did a really great job on, if you crack this open and open it up, and I don't know, yeah, it's probably not going to show up here, but on the sides of each battery it tells you which pole is supposed to be facing up. That way you don't have to guess at it. Final thing that I really think they did a great job on, if you can see on this cap right here, there's a notch. That notch matches up to the pole down here, goes in, on, and twists closed. Oh, and also this is also outfitted with a rubber O-ring as well. So like I said, this thing can be completely dunked and be good to go. All in all, guys, highly recommend the light. I think it is a great purchase. This one is going to live in my get home bag. So if I ever were in a situation that I were to need a little bit of light in a lantern form to get me home, that's where it'll live. I think it does not weigh too much that you can't take it with you. You know, if you're doing some ultralight backpacking or whatever, you're probably going to want to forego this for some small light. But for packing around, taking camping in a non-ultralight fashion, I think it's great. Again, right at 8 ounces, it's not super heavy, and you're not going to notice. It in your bag. So, well done, Streamlight. Really like the light. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you have any additional questions on it, let me know. Oh, one last thing in regards to keeping it in a pack. This is, let's see if I can get this up close. This on-off switch is recessed. So first of all, I can't just push it and accidentally kick it on. The other thing too is even if you start mashing on the light, there's a positive click in, so you really have to, you can hear it, cut on, and it's an audible click to get it on, so it's not going to accidentally go off. So if you have any additional questions, please let me know. I appreciate you watching. Have a great day, guys. Cheers.